What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. It's your boy. Man, look at here. Rounds 4 through 6. Two loves and two hates from rounds 4 through 6. I enjoyed the episode I dropped about a week ago, rounds 1 through 3. And I had to come back and tackle rounds 4 through 6. It was only right. So let's just jump right into it. Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing well. I decided to say, hey, I'm gonna hook my homeboys up with some content on the weekend. That's right. That's how I do you. To do you right on the weekend. Got to keep the content coming. The season's getting ready, boiling. Everybody's getting a little fidgety. Like they need their next hit. Yeah, I know y'all fiending for that action. Let's get these W's, but let's get to it. Not eating the W's, not like Jameis Winston, but that's a totally different W. Yeah, so let's get to it. All right, we're going to go from round 4, right? Now this is half point PPR. We're going to take round 4, and we're going to do, and I'm just going to give you my two loves and my two hates, give you a short little synopsis of why I feel that way. Now, these guys are going to get drafted, okay? And sometimes these decisions were, tongue twister. These decisions were hard because I was forced to okay, man, who do I have to hate somebody here? So I pretty much had to hate a person in which I'm just not going to have any shares of. We'll talk about that when I get there. But all these players are going around 4 through 6, so there are valuable players. But it's just players I don't like. It's like there are players in the first round that I'm not going to touch, right? So I hate them for the first round. That don't mean they won't be a legit player or score very well, but just I'm not going to pick them because I'd rather have someone else. All right, it's all about preference. And just because I love or hate them doesn't mean you need to, right? I'm just giving you my perspective and my point of view. Let's get to it. Enough talking, man. Enough all that talk. Shut your mouth. Flawless. Let's go. So we're going to start at pick number 37, going through pick number 48. This is all the fourth round. This is half point PPR on Fantasy Pros. Now this has moved around a little bit. I'm going to run off the fourth round, starting the fourth round to the beginning of the fourth round to the end of the fourth round. You have Amari Cooper, Kenneth Walker, Keenan Allen, T.J. Hockenson, J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders, Deebo Samuels, Cam Akers, Calvin Ridley, Dameon Pierce, DJ Moore, and Terry McLaurin. Which one do you want me to start first with, guys? Let's go with love first. Let's start off with a red, heavy heart. Let's not start off so bitter with hates, right? Let's not start it off like that. So let's start with the loves. This is fourth round. And in the middle of the fourth round, in the sixth pick in the fourth round, we have Miles Sanders there. I love Miles Sanders at this spot here in the middle of the fourth round at the 406. They paid the man. He's a 3-down back. He's going to be getting receiving work. He's a home run hitter. You saw what that line did last year for Dante Foreman and the other cat that was over there. At the end of the day, Miles Sanders, if he stays healthy, he's going to be relied upon heavily, and he should be, I believe, he can easily be a low-end running back 1 with upside if he stays healthy. I believe that Carolina team is going to be better than what people think. And, Bryce, I just believe that, that quarterback's going to, I feel like he's gonna belong. Okay, I feel like he's gonna belong. Now, he's gonna have some issues. He's gonna have some bad games, but I think he'll be all right. I'm rooting for him, and I feel as if they put some pieces in place. Even brought over Thielen for time being for a little security. They'll put it slow behind in the slot a little bit. They drafted a guy. They still got my main man over there. That I love so much. So I believe they have a lot going for themselves over there in Carolina. So Miles Sanders is my first love. My second love, and I had to think on this, Now, granted, Kenneth Walker actually moved down into the fourth round, so he's off the list. I'm not going to talk about him. I believe in the last video he was a love for me at the bottom of the third. So we're not going to talk about Kenneth Walker. But my another love here is 2 picks behind Miles Sanders at the 408. And I'm going to go ahead and say Cam Akers. Cam Akers right here, based on who's going in the fourth round. There's no other competition over there outside of some young bucks. And I believe he's years removed away from his injury. No Darrell Henderson. And I believe in Sean McVay. They got a very good defense. He should have many opportunities. I think that he's really going to I think he's going to really show what he's made of this year. So if a person was looking for a running back in this stable right here, I can see the person not, passing up on J.K. to even picking Cam Akers, because J.K. doesn't get the receiving work that Cam Akers may actually get. So I like Cam Akers. I don't have an issue with him. I believe he's fully healthy. He looked good to me towards the end of the season last year. And if they give him the volume and he gets 75, 80% of the running back snaps, yeah, I think he'll be good. I really like him. So all depends how your build is for your team. So if you want to go wide receivers early and then you're picking your running back round 4 or something like that, he can be considered. He may even drop to round 5. We'll see. But it kind of fluctuates between what platform you're drafting off of. All right, so my 2 loves are Miles Sanders and Cam Akers. My hates for round 4. It was very close to picking Keenan Allen because he's old and long in the tooth, and I don't trust him. And he's going to glass out. But I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to go with Dameon Pierce. I just believe the Texans bringing over Devin Singletary. They're going to be losing majority of the time. He's a veteran. These coaches pretty much they trust veterans more than the younger guys. And Pierce don't catch the rock. And Devin Singletary can catch. So I just think Pierce is way too rich for the 4th round. That is ridiculous. Even though it's at the 410, that's way too rich, and that's a terrible pick. I hate that pick for Dameon Pierce. So that's a hate for me. And at the 412, I'm going to tell you why. The next hate for me is Terry McLaurin. I know you guys love Scary Terry. We've talked about this before. I don't like Scary Terry. I do love actually Jahan Dotson. I think he's more skilled. He's better around the goal line. He's more dynamic in my eyes. Jahan, he got to show me he ain't glass, but he got a nose for the end zone, and that's something that McLaurin really hasn't shown me. That dude he'll score 6 touchdowns tops. Have you ever been up against Terry McLaurin and be like, man, I hope you don't snap on me today? No, you won't. And I just don't like Terry McLaurin. And he's given me reason to not like him. I never have him on the fantasy team whatsoever. So he was my second hate for round 4. Let's move to round 5. Round 5, here goes. These are picks 49 through 60. Let's go. Alexander Madison. Lamar Jackson. Jerry Jeudy. Joe Burrow. Connor. George Kittle. Drake London. Christian Watson. Chris Godwin. Rachaad White. Tyler Lockett. And Justin Fields. This is the 5th round. So let's start with the hates this time. A lot of you guys, you guys are very comfortable with this name. He may do okay. I don't think he'll be a wide receiver 2. I don't think he'll be a top 24 wide receiver. I can see him being a wide receiver 3. I just don't trust this team over there. Its health, quarterback situation went down. I'm not buying this name. We've seen the best of him, and that's Chris Godwin. I had him at his peak year that one year, and then he got hurt the next year. I don't have an issue with Chris Godwin, but it's a wrap. It's a wrap pretty much for that team. Now, if you want to get Godwin as your wide receiver 3 in the 6 or something like that, You could, but I mean, I would pick somebody different. But I just don't see much of a ceiling with him. Okay, that's my kicker here. And people are buying into the names, and I don't like that narrative. I try to get people off of getting these older guys from yesteryear that had their best years already, and and their bodies catching up with them and stuff like that. So no, I don't like Chris Godwin here for the 5th round. It's not something I would entertain. Now this right here is a young individual in his 2nd year, but I just don't trust the passing game, and I don't see much upside. I see a lot of targets, hella targets, but all depends what the quality of the targets are in the offensive scheme for that team. And this wide receiver that I hate for round 5, in the middle of round 5, is Drake London. I don't like Drake London. Now, if he end up getting lucky towards the touchdown area, which I don't see happening, because I don't see them really throwing deep like that, and they're going to run that damn ball 11 million times a game. Okay? So I don't see Drake London even getting close to 10 touchdowns. I see him getting like 7. I can see him with 7. But that's about it. So, and you got to think, the quarterback only throwing the ball, 22, 23 times a game? I don't like that at all. I wouldn't want to why I don't. And then, dumping the ball off to the backs. I don't like Drake London. It's not enough ceiling there for me for the 5th round. All right, so my 2 hates are Chris Godwin and Drake London. Great players, okay? I could say great players for London, don't know yet. Chris Godwin's a great player, but I don't anticipate ever seeing greatness from him again. And I don't anticipate seeing greatness from Drake London to match this round 5 selection. Now, my 2 loves. At the second to last pick in the 5th round is Mr. Steady, man. Steady. Wide receiver 1 so much. If not, he's a high-end wide receiver 2. And that's Tyler Lockett. He's always getting the job done. He's sitting here in the 5th round, couple rounds cheaper, than his teammate. So, hey, man, I really like Tyler Lockett here in the 5th round at the 5'11", based on the ADP right now, half-point PPR. Tyler Lockett, good money. He has a rapport with Geno. I believe he'll be great this season again. No reason not to. Route runner, secure. Not unless, DK get lucky around the goal line. I won't say lucky. He capitalized more of the goal lines and, kind of, because he had a lot of end zone targets that he actually didn't catch. So all depends what happens there. Like, if he start catching like a lot more of his end zone catches and stuff like that, then Tyler Lockett's probably going to have less opportunities. But Tyler Lockett's solid. It's just those 2 in the passing game. I am not worried about their rookie wide receiver, like a lot of these freaking people are, just like tugging on these rookie wide receivers when great wide receivers are in front of them. I love Tyler Lockett here at the 5'11". My second love for the 5th round is no other than Justin Fields. At the last pick in the 5th round, at the 5'12", Justin Fields can win weeks. They brought over DJ Moore. He has his tight end. He has Mooney. He has Claypool. Claypool. Yeah, so he has his legs. I believe this guy's going to be good. I believe, and if he don't have to have these big games that he had last year, but he's going to rely on his legs. That's a cheat code in fantasy. He's the last quarterback in which I would draft personally. He's like my number 6 quarterback. So I'll definitely be picking my quarterback between the 1st quarterback and the 6th quarterback. I don't know which one. I'm not married to either, but I love Justin Fields here at the 5'12". Now, so my 2 loves were Tyler Lockett for the 5th round, with Tyler Lockett and Justin Fields. On to the 6th round. Pick 61 through 72. Kyle Pitts, David Montgomery, Brandon Ayuk, Dallas Goedert, Christian Kirk. What's it? Swift. Ugh. Isaiah Pacheco, Mike Williams, Justin Herbert, Michael Pittman, Deontay Johnson, and Darren Waller. We're going to go back to the loves here. I'm going to make this easy. 6th round at the 6:02, David Montgomery. David Montgomery at Detroit, that very good offensive line. They can move the ball. Jamal Williams is gone. I believe Dave Montgomery is a better rusher than him. And Dave Montgomery got to stay healthy, though, because he'll miss a couple games on you. But I think he'll have and I'm not worried about the rookie because he's just going to be a change of pace and receiving type of guy. But David Montgomery should definitely be able to eat over there and get 9 or 10 touchdowns, plus get all the goal line work. David Montgomery should have a great year. I really love him at the 602. The second one here, hey, look, I just had to give him some love here because I don't really love anybody else up in this area. I ain't mad at this dude, but Justin Herbert. Here at the fourth to last pick here at the 609, Justin Herbert. I got to give him a heart right there. Getting picked almost at the end of the 6th round would be a steal. He got a new coordinator, new offensive scheme over there, and he should be throwing the ball around. If he actually throw the ball in more instead of letting damn running back running in so much, he could easily have a top 5, top 6 quarterback season. So my two loves are David Montgomery and Justin Herbert. My two hates. This guy's never did anything to me, but there's the Ricky quarterback that's coming in. I don't believe he's the type of person that's going to pepper anybody. But Michael Pittman, I just won't be drafting him. No ceiling to Michael Pittman. So the quarterback's going to be coming in and running. I just believe he's not going to. He might get some catches, but he ain't not going to get a lot of touchdowns. He'll never score 2 touchdowns in one game this year. There's a 0% chance that ever happens. And that's not how I'm rocking. So Michael Pittman, I don't see much of a ceiling for him. I'm not interested at all. Hate Michael Pittman, even though it's round 6. And my next one is Darren Waller. I decided I was going to pick a tight end here. I just don't believe in the Daniel Jones and Waller connection. I don't. I believe we've seen the best of Darren Waller. He's got his money. I don't believe in nothing. I don't really believe in much of the system over there. Anyway, I was on the one piece that I actually like over there, and that's the wide receiver I spoke on before. But I just believe we've seen the best of Darren Waller. I thought he had some little bit of type of issues too. Can't really remember, kind of call it right now. But Daniel Jones is not the best passer. Saquon's having issues. I just don't like messing with their offense that much unless I truly had to. So my two loves for round 6 were David Montgomery and Justin Herbert, and my two hates were Michael Pittman Jr. and Darren Waller. It almost was DeAndre Swift. Almost was Swift because he's going to be trash. But I decided not to go him because I felt that was easy. But Darren Waller, for a tight end to be getting picked there, at least Swift is a running back, so he might have some opportunity because somebody's not going to make the team over there. It's probably going to be Penny. But Darren Waller's just too rich for that, and I don't believe it. I just don't believe in it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I just wanted to give you guys some content for Saturday. Hope you enjoy your weekend. I'll enjoy mine. Got a lot of stuff planned. I appreciate you guys watching the video. I'm going to start dropping more content soon. And make sure I peel more time for you guys. And try to promise you guys definitely 3 videos a week from this time on. All right? So, I hope you guys also checked out the mock draft I did too. I dropped that the other day. So if you haven't seen that, go back and check that out. All right? Now in the next video, not this one, but the next video, there's going to be an opportunity for a listener league spot. So you're going to need to have your alerts on and be ready for that. All right? Hey, talk to you guys later. I appreciate you. See you on the next episode. Flawless Fantasy Football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Peace out. Later, guys.